Warsim the Realm of Aslona is a kingdom management game, but it can also be a getting drunk and waking up in a hole simulator. With over 30 taverns to choose from, the budding alco adventurer might struggle to know where to go. So in this video, I'll try and break down my top 10 favourite drinking holes. Be it a tavern in a hidden cave or a goblin-filled swamp tavern, I've got you covered. Okay, so at number 10, we've got the Dragon's Kneecap Tavern, which can be found in the Guilded district of the Black Market. The Dragon's Kneecap Tavern was the first ever tavern added to Warsim. It's run by a self-hating elf called Eswin Elfhater. And it is the starting point for the Black Market pub crawl sort of mini quest line, which is where you drink an Ice Wraith brew, 2 normal drinks, and then 2 normal drinks in the other 2 taverns of the Black Market. So there are 2 drinks available here. There is the regular ale, which is found everywhere in the world, local northern ale. Normally it costs about a gold coin each. Here it's 2 gold, because I guess the prices here are quite expensive. And then there's a unique drink that can be found only here, which is Ice Wraith brew. And it's a sort of special, I guess, cocktail that typically gives you double the alcohol level of normal drinking. So we'll drink a normal drink. And that one didn't give us any alcohol level at all. Whoa, what the hell? Watered down drink. Okay, well, let's try an Ice Wraith brew now. It should give us +2 drunk level. Oh, wow, +3. That was a particularly strong one. So we can speak to the bartender. We can speak to local patrons. We can watch a fight. We can watch a strange goblin dance, which I believe is only done here. It's a very weird little animation. And we can play a sort of rock, paper, scissors style game called Dragon Wench Night. So, it's not the most amazing tavern, but it's probably one of the best ones in the Black Market. It's got a few unique things going on. It's pretty interesting. And it was the first tavern ever made for the game, so I think that's pretty cool. So at number 9, we've got the Blackrow Tavern. This is another Black Market tavern found in the self-named district, I guess, of Blackrow. So this tavern, kind of like the last one, this one's run by another friendly local non-human called Ogloop, who's an ogre. So this tavern has regular priced ale at 1 gold. It also has a special unique drink called Ogloop Special Brew, which if I was drinking it in real life, I definitely wouldn't drink it because it constantly is filled with random eyes, toenail clip-ins and stuff like that. So Ogloop has a huge bar because, I mean, I guess he's a giant ogre. There's several things you can do here. You can watch a fight. There's a special dice game called 12, which is where you split a set of dice and then roll to try and be the first to hit a cumulative total of 12. There is a strange statue here, which you can interact with. Some strange silver plate. You can speak to a local slaver here or sell you slaves. So he actually works for another slaver in the Black Market, and you're kind of getting ripped off if you buy them here. Just FYI. But yeah, you can buy slaves from this area. You can also speak to a cloaked man who has now disappeared. And that is to start a certain quest line in the Black Market, but you probably don't need to do that. So we'll have a drink of Ogloop Special Brew and see what's going on. So you pay 3 gold and Ogloop the ogre pulls out a mug and fills it with strange broth filled with strange bits and possibly a human eye. You don't question it and chug, leaving the bits at the bottom of the glass. He looks at you and says, "You left the best parts," before pouring the bits from your drink back into his broth. Oh god, that is so disgusting. So yeah, this is Ogloop's Tavern. It's not one of the most amazing taverns in the game, but there's quite a lot to do here, and it's got a special drink, lots of games to play, you can watch fights, hire champions and stuff. So yeah, Ogloop's Tavern. That is my number 9. So for my number 8, we're going to head to Darkmarsh, which is a region of the, I believe, west, but very deep in the west. And this is a goblin swamp. So you might have already noticed where we're going, maybe not. It is the Golden Lilypad Tavern. So you find a stagnant pool of water filled with giant lily pads. On top of the biggest lily pad is a structure that looks to be a tavern. I mean, for the cool infrastructure alone, I think it's worth it. So there's not a ton that you can do here. You can get human ale, which is the regular sort of common drink in the game, for 8 gold, which is really expensive, but I guess it's imported, so the travel costs are quite high. Or for a single gold coin, you can drink the local goblin ale. So unlike regular human ale, like you find in most of the other taverns, goblin ale is significantly weaker, and it's very unlikely that you'll gain any drunk level at all. I think it might be even a 50-50 chance. So it's not ideal, but we'll have one. And yeah, we didn't really get drunk at all. We'll have another one. Here we go. That one got us a little drunker. So as for things you can do here, I mean, you can speak to the bartender. I don't know if he does speak. Yeah, we got a bartender called Tap. You can speak to local goblins. We can play a game called Sudden Death, and it's the Western rules of Sudden Death. Let's see, try and stay in the game here. Nice. So the goal of sudden death is you start off with, I think with Rustin rolls, it's 9 dice. You roll the dice, and any of them that land on a 6 are removed from play. If none land on a 6, the person who rolled loses. If they do land on 6, they get removed from play, and then the remaining dice are used by the next person, and so on and so forth. And it gets more sort of difficult every round, or someone loses. So I'll play again. So I go first, 9 dice. Oh wow, not one of them landed on a 6. Okay. Well, there we go. So that is pretty much everything you can do here. It's not the most exciting place. I mean, it's literally on a floating lily pad in the middle of a swamp. But I think for location alone, it's pretty cool. So it makes my number 8. And also, a feature which we will see in the next Goblin Tavern we're going to check out, which I think is in number 6. We have the Vomit Hole, which is a common feature in every single Goblin Tavern. And that is a really cool feature, in my opinion, that allows you to sober up. So we'll go to the Vomit Hole and sort it out. You visit the Vomiting Hole, a place where goblins go to vomit and sober up. A nearby goblin points his fingers down his throat to show you what to do. Alright, let's do it. There we go. And let's get the last of it. And I'm sober. Perfect. So, that is the Golden Lilypad Tavern, my number 8. Okay, so my number 7 is the Gilded Crescent Tavern, which is probably the fanciest tavern in the whole game, to be honest. It's located in the Noble District of the city of Darkdale, which is in the west. And yeah, we'll see about it when we go in. So you've got the standard local ale, which is 10 gold a piece, even more expensive than the imported goblin. But we'll see why it's more expensive now. So I'm just going to order one. You pay the 10 gold, and Gormald pours an ale into a pristine gold mug, carries it over to you on a red pillow. It tastes good. So, I mean, the drink is going to be the same. The actual sort of outcomes you get from drinking, where it could be watered down, it could be stronger, it could be weaker, or it tastes good, those are the same regardless of where you drink it from. But if you buy it here, you get it brought to you on a red pillow in a golden mug. So I guess that's why you're paying such a premium. Is it worth it? Not really, I guess. I don't know. I mean, if you've got a shitload of money to waste, why not? So other than that, you can speak to the local bartender, speak to some local patrons. It's a very square-headed man. There's a gold plate here. It's just an expensive looking gold plate on a pedestal. Wow, so amazing. And you can play rock, paper, scissors with a local gambler here. But there's a little secret about this man, and that's that he's a cheat. So here we go. Rock, paper, scissors. I'm going to choose rock. So I lose. He chooses paper. I'm going to choose rock again. I meet rock. Draw. That's paper. Paper is met by rock. You win. Here we go. Oh no, I meant to do scissors. I win. You lose 100 gold. You lose some. You lose some. Want to play again? Yeah, this guy's a dickhead. So, I want my gold back. Or you cheated me. I want a refund. I want my gold back. Fair and square. Ha! The man continues grumbling and hands you the 200 gold. Okay, I'm not going to play with him anymore. But yeah, so there's not a lot you can do in the Gilded Crescent. It's probably one of the smaller of the things you can do in the taverns overall. But I think it's an interesting location, and it's got a very unique version of the regular ale, which I think alone is kind of worthy of this position. But yeah, other than that, that is my number 7 tavern, the Gilded Crescent. Okay, so at number 6, we have the Human's Toe Tavern. Yeah, you heard that right. So this is in the far-off city of Goblinwood, which, as you may have guessed, is a goblin city. And this is the highest up goblin tavern on the list. So there won't be any more goblin taverns after this, unfortunately. So the Human's Toe Tavern is a tavern that is inside a giant wooden replica of a human toe. And in here we've got a cheaper version of the imported human ale and a regular goblin ale. We've got the ability to speak to the random patrons. We can play Western Sudden Death. So it's actually quite similar to the Golden Lilypad. And we also have our wonderful Vomit Hole. And yeah, it's just another great tavern for its aesthetic. But other than that, I mean, it's probably better than the Golden Lilypad just because of the pricing. And I think the aesthetic it's kind of, you know, I mean, they're both good, but I prefer the Human's Toe. So let's have an imported human ale. And, oh, I forgot about this. Every drink you have increases the treasury of Goblinwood, so that's something to keep in mind as well. If you want to fund an economy with your alcoholism, here is the place to do it. And the good thing is, you can drink to your heart's content, get extremely drunk to the point where you can't drink anymore, and then just throw up. Oh, here we go. You visit the vomiting hole, a place where goblins go to vomit and sober up. A nearby goblin points his fingers down his throat to show you what to do. Put your fingers down the goblin's throat instead. That's an option you only get when you're very, very drunk. Okay, so now I'm going to sober up. And let's get out of here. So that is the Human's Toe Tavern, my number 6 best tavern in Warsim. So, I'm not going to spoil how to get here, but my number 5 is Gribble's Tavern, which is a hidden tavern, one of the 2 hidden taverns on this list that you can find in Warsim. This tavern is run entirely by gnomes, cave gnomes to be more specific, and it's one of my favourite places. So, to discover the gnome cave village, you sort of have to complete a mini quest or a mini event, and in doing so, the gnomes love you. So you don't pay for your drinks here; they're all free. And what you drink is gnome ale, which is it's kind of like goblin ale in its size, but it looks more like human ale in its like visual appeal. So it's not green, but it's unlikely to get you drunk. There you go. So that one got a +1 drunk level, but that one didn't. So it's pretty weak, but it does the job. So you can speak to the bartender. The bartender has a special song for you as well. You can speak to local gnome patrons. You can play a special game called Biggle Roll, which is only available in this village. So I haven't played Biggle Roll in a while, but let's have a go. So Philly Duke, which is the name of this gnome, is about to flip a coin. Do you want to take the side it lands on or the opposite side? So I'm going to take the side it lands on. Okay, the coin's flipped and lands on snails. So I think the sides are heads and snails. So I've taken snails. So if it lands on snails, it's my turn. So from what I remember, this is essentially just a game of high-low, but with a little twist attached to it. So, okay, the die lands on 3. So it's heads, which means it's Philly Duck's turn because I'm snails. So he's guessing higher or lower than 3, and then rolling the dice again. Higher. Oh, it's a 2. I won. All right, let's play one more round of this. I'm going to take the opposite side. Nice. Snails again. It's probably my favourite, to be honest. It lands on 1, and it's me. Okay, I'm going to go higher. It's 4. Okay. Oh, it's me again. So that's the twist on this. It's not just a back and forth. It purely depends on the coin flip. I'm going to say lower. Lucky me. And me again. Higher. Me again. I'm just playing with myself in front of this gnome. How rude. Okay, lower. Really? Me again? Okay. Still me. Wow, this is ridiculous. Lower? Okay, finally. God. Okay, is he going to go higher or lower than a 1? Wow, I can't imagine what he's going to do here. Higher. Yeah, no shit. Oh, it lands on a 1! Okay, so, yeah, Philly Duck lost again. Not a very good Biggle Roll player, this guy. So, oh, and also we've got we can watch a game of Biggle Roll being played. So we can watch gnomes play it amongst themselves. So we've got Bing Bong and Biggle. Bing Bong rolls the die, lands on 2. Bing Bong thinks higher. It's a 6. Oh, Bing Bong again. Lower. And it's a 6. Bing Bong has guessed wrong. Okay, and finally the Gnome Choir, which is... I don't know if you can hear that. But you can conduct sort of different pitched gnome grunt sounds, I guess. Kind of fun. So it's a hidden tavern where the drinks are free. There's some fun games you can play or watch locals play. And you've got your own little gnome choir you conduct. What's not to love about Gribble's Tavern? That is my number 5 best tavern in Warsim. Okay, so my number 4 tavern in Warsim is a hidden tavern called the Holy Land. So this tavern is hidden somewhere in the black market. I'm not exactly going to explain how you've gotten here. I mean, you might be able to tell by the answers to this question here. But upon your first entrance to the tavern, you have 5 options, which can sort of shape how prices are in the tavern and things you can do in the tavern. So I'm going to go with the best one, I guess, as maybe a spoiler. Best one is number 5. So you drink for free, and hiring taverns is hiring bandits from here is significantly cheaper as well. So the Holy Land is it actually tells you where the hidden thing is right here. Well, spoilers, everybody. So yeah, the Holy Land is a hidden tavern in the black market. and it's one of my favourite taverns. And there's quite a few things you can do. So you can watch a fight, you can talk to local patrons, you can hire local bandits. So there are 30 bandits currently. I think there are more that spawn every time. So this tavern is a place that you can use to recruit troops, and depending on how your interaction went, those troops could be cheaper or more expensive. You can watch a band perform and drink the standard ale. It's a nice tavern, I guess, just because it's hidden and there's some little secret things going on in here and a few little features. Again, it's not one of the most amazing taverns in the game, but I think it's kind of cool. And also the way that it varies in the prices of things like that, and that extra layer of interaction where you could be paying a lot of money or getting your drinks for free, I think is also kind of cool. So the Holy Land is my number 4 tavern in Warsim. Okay, so my number 3 tavern in Warsim is the Oxhead Tavern, which is found in the village of Smallhaven, which I believe is in the west. So the Oxhead Tavern is kind of the center of the village. And it's a tavern run by an adventurer who retired and named the tavern after a big minotaur's head he chopped off. So this tavern has its own special drink. It has the rock, paper, scissors game. It has a story that is read here, which you can listen to the reading of. And I'm just going to skip through this. Rock, paper, scissors, standard game. Not for money or anything. We can look at the nice ox head. We've got a special drink here called Carol's Special Brew, so let's have a drink of that. Usually I would imagine it would get you extra drunk. Oh, there we go. +3 drunk level from that one. Yeah, that's a lot. And we've got a special, unique little area, which is a kind of a museum in here, which you can pay 10 gold to enter, and that's Carol's Trophy Room. So for 10 gold, we can enter, and it's a bunch of different artifacts collected from the founder of the tavern's adventures. So this is the Iron Bowl Trophy, which is awarded for winning a bunch of fights in the Brawl Pit, and you'll generally see these in-game as well. If you watch the Brawl Pit, if there's a champion that's doing particularly well, they'll be awarded the Iron Bowl, and there are, I believe, probably 5 or 10 different awards they can get if they continue to win, but it's unlikely. We've got the head of a demon, some kobold teeth, a toe of a wilderman, and the eye of a goblin chief. So an interesting little place with a unique drink and a little museum inside of it, a mini game to play, and a story being read. You know, it's not a bad place. So that is my number 3 tavern in Warsim. Okay, so for my number 2 tavern, we're heading right back to Darkdale, except instead of going to the fancier district, we are going to the poorer district of the region, the folk district. So the tavern that I'm talking about is the Darkdale Cat Tavern. So the Darkdale Cat Tavern is a very, very unique tavern in the game, and that's that it is a tavern filled with cats. I mean, I guess the name kind of says it all. So you can get drunk, pet cats, look at the wall of fame or shame. I mean, let's do that. So we're already fairly drunk. Let's try and pet a random cat. So there are different encounters depending on how drunk you are. So because I'm not sober, my petting encounters are a bit different, and there is a chance I could potentially hurt the cat, so I'm probably going to not do that too much. We can look at the silver cat statue. We've got the wall of shame and the wall of fame, which are for the better or worse behaved cats. And a kind of unique feature. So the tavern bartender is someone called Katia the Beautiful. So note what she looks like here. And let's get drunker. So +2 drunk level, +1. So now I'm hammered. Blackout drunk. Katia the Beautiful ain't beautiful no more. It's a reverse beer goggles effect, which is only available in this tavern. Kind of just a funny little joke feature, I guess. So yeah, I mean, it's not the most featureful place compared to some others. You can't do a whole ton of things, but a cat tavern. Come on, guys. So that's my number 2. Darkdale Cat Tavern. Definitely don't pet those cats when drunk. That's all I'm going to say to that. Okay, so the number 1 tavern in the entire of Warsim, in my opinion, is the Thickblood Tavern. So the Thickblood Tavern is a tavern that was held by an ancient clan of northern warriors. It can be found in the near north, so it's not too far from the black market. So you've got the standard northern ale you can drink. You can speak to the bartender. You can hire a bunch of bandits from here. You can watch a bunch of people brawling. You can play Northern Sudden Death, which is kind of similar to the Sudden Death game we played previously, except there is only, I believe, 3 dice, maybe, or 1. I can't remember. And this one, yeah, you bet for money, so let's give it a shot. Yeah, 3 dice. So you're statistically going to lose immediately, which is not fun. But that's how they play it in the north. There's also a special thing, the Blade of Clan Thickblood, you can look at here. And you can attack the tavern. You can also buy the tavern, but we don't have that kind of money. We also don't actually have the ability to buy the tavern or attack it, so we're kind of doomed here as to how we're going to take it over. But the reason why it's on this list is you can own this tavern. So I'm going to quickly hop off and do a cheat to give myself a bunch of money so that we can do this the easy way. So let's go to the Thickblood Tavern and let's speak to the owner of the Thickblood Tavern. Where are you? Bartender. And for 45,000 gold, which would have been a lot of money to me 10 seconds ago, but we're loaded now. So there we go. So now the flag of my kingdom. I can't remember what the name of my kingdom is in this game. Oh, Dustwalk, so we got a little D flag up there. So yeah, now I run this tavern. So you can have a drink for free because you own the tavern. You can manage it. You can still hire troops and do everything else that's there. You can also destroy the tavern if you want to. But running the tavern, you can increase the size of the ale cellar, which means that you'll get more visitors. You can increase the tavern size, the tavern decor, and there are lots of dynamic graphics depending on what order that you upgrade those things in. I think there might maybe 20 or 30 different graphics that are possible. But every year you'll get income from all the visitors that come to your tavern. It's a great income source, and it's a place you can drink for free. So I think the #1 tavern is definitely the one that you can own yourself. And that is my list of 10 of the best taverns in Warsim. There are still some interesting ones that I missed on this list. There is a tavern in the Vampire City where you can drink blood. Now, you're going to spit it out. You're not going to enjoy that. There's also a tavern in the coastal region where all the drinks have salt in them, so you'll often be spitting that out and being laughed at. And there are plenty more taverns. There are several more goblin taverns and other locations, but they weren't as interesting, in my opinion, as the ones included on this list. So those are my top 10, but go out there and get drunk. Find the taverns you enjoy, and don't get so blackout drunk that you wake up next to a lady troll, because that is an actual event that can happen in game, and nobody wants that. Okay guys, thanks for watching.